Okay, so before this starts, let's address the biggest elephant in the room. Yes, I have been gone way too long, and I am really sorry about that. I got caught up in summer, school, and not sleeping so great, so energy was not my greatest ally these last couple months, and I gave in to the lazy, obviously. But I'm going to be getting back into this whole thing. I really liked doing these and I want to do them a lot more often. So I am definitely going to be trying a lot harder too. But with that being said, let's say the basics. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Too Long Didn't Watch channel where I, your host Eli, am planning to actually watch more than just superhero movies and superhero shows now. Um, and the reason I want to do that is because there are so many really good projects out there that go beyond just superhero movies and everything. And I really would like to point out a lot of those projects and a lot of those films and really just draw more attention to them because they're really good. Like, had I been doing that for like longer, and like actually doing this consistently, I would have been able to point out that Top Gun Maverick is an insanely awesome movie, and unfortunately, I have not, but I'm sure everybody else has heard reviews on it being amazing, and that's just one example of amazing movies existing that aren't superhero movies. And if anybody knows about like the Avatar movies that are coming out, those movies are amazing. And so my point is that I want to branch off into other realms as well so that it's not just one specific thing. Don't worry, we're going to be keeping all of the geekiness still in this. I'm going to be the prime driver of all that, but there is going to be some other stuff mixed in, and I hope it gets well received here because all the other things that I'm going to be looking at, for the most part, are also going to be well received as well by myself and other people that are watching these movies that I'm going to be telling you about. Okay, the biggest elephant in the room, the fact that She-Hulk exists and that this show is having a very bad downward spiral and it's just crashing and burning. Like it's gonna get so much hate for being a Marvel project because it's like it's as bad if not worse than Captain Marvel. Like I kid you not, it is that bad. Like, if you thought Captain Marvel, Morbius, or Eternals were bad, you are going to dislike this show with a passion as incredible as this Hulk's beloved cousin, because, like, it's not that good. It's like, man, how can you fail in so many areas when you're making a show? Like what's the first thing that you see when you're watching a movie that has an entirely digital character? You see all of the quality of the visual effects that you're doing, and it's really good if they're good, but in this case, they're not good in the slightest. Like, they're okay, I'll give them that, but it's not that good. Like, I'm gonna forego the Shrek jokes because the show has already given itself that burn. But like the She-Hulk, the star of the show, she looks like plastic. Like, She-Hulk seriously looks like a batch of neon silly putty. It's so weird looking. Like, it doesn't look like a Hulk. It doesn't look like Mark Ruffalo did when he was a Hulk, and they actually did really good on that for the start, but it kind of fell. But he still looks better than she does, and like the action looks like early Michael Bay was in charge of it, and I seriously do not appreciate the people saying that She-Hulk or any of the action or people inside of this show look or are amazing, because really they're really not. Like, they're so subpar. It's such a disappointing thing. and it's really a disservice to say that they're amazing when they've put out when Marvel has put out so many good things, and you're saying that this is an equal to any of them. Like that's so
ridiculous. MT, Eric Voss, new flippin' rock stars. I'm talking to you guys, cause I like you, but this show is bad, and it is not good for you to say that it is good. Okay? Friggin' wake up, please.
But more to the point, apart from subpar visual effects, even for Marvel, like Moon Knight did better than this. The story and characters aren't really that great. Without spoiling anything that's come out so far, really the show only follows She-Hulk complaining about being a Hulk, being a subpar lawyer, complaining about being a Hulk, and getting into a bunch of drama as She-Hulk, and it's really just like the cringiest, most repetitive thing ever. It's so annoying. Like, she even has like a best friend that's pretty obnoxious, but I mean, she's okay. Like, she was actually in what I think is the best episode of the series so far, which is the last one, where her and a lawyer coworker are dealing with this guy called Mr. Immortal. I won't get into the specifics, but it's an okay episode. It's pretty funny, but the rest of it's not really written that well. There's a wedding that goes on, and She-Hulk's friends are like horrible, and it's really just the dumbest writing I've ever seen. And she runs into Titania while she's there, and Titania is horrible.
Oh, you think this is funny? Are you showing your 11 followers on Instagram?
That's all I'm going to say about it, because the actress that plays this lady I really liked in The Good Place, and I don't want to hate her because of this one performance, because she was actually really funny in that show. But on the topic of that, if you want to watch a really funny show, I would recommend that one, because that's a lot better than this. So if you want to do yourself a favor, go watch that, because you're going to enjoy it a lot more than you're going to enjoy this, really. Now, apart from badly written characters, badly written show, bad VFX, the show has some good in it, I'll admit. For instance, Jennifer's Uncle Morris is played by Mark Lynn Baker, aka Cousin Larry from Perfect Strangers. If you don't know what that show is, you definitely want to watch this show, because it is really good. It's a 10 out of 10 show for me. I'm not going to describe it too much. It's basically about this guy who comes from this little fictional island of Mypos that's like right next to Greece or whatever. He goes and he meets this guy who he thinks is his cousin, but really isn't. And even though it's like they're not even supposed to live together, they just end up living together for whatever reason. And the whole show is hilarious. It's a 10 out of 10 show for me, like I said. You should definitely go and watch it. And this show also, I'm talking about She-Hulk again, the show, based on previews, will also reintroduce Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and this time he's going to be in the MCU, which I hope will prompt more people to watch the actual Daredevil show instead of wasting their time on She-Hulk. Even if you have seen it, it's a really cool show to rewatch. It's an amazing show, really. It's really good. It's another really good show for me. It's another 10 out of 10. And I think that's... Yeah, I didn't write anything else on the list of positives. Yeah, that's about it. That's really the only thing that this show really contributes, other than like a little bit of nostalgia from bringing back the Abomination and having Wong in it for like 5 minutes. That it's really all the good it brings. But those are two really cool pros in my book, at least. Overall, right now, I'd probably only give it like a 3 out of 10. There's very little redeeming about it, and it's really just it's not that great. It's not. I mean, I don't want to like try and sell it and give hope for it. There is a couple cool things in there sprinkled through, but so far there's not really a lot redeeming it. There's not a lot of really cool stuff in it. It's okay. If the show does get better toward the end, maybe I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. Like, if Daredevil can somehow save the show, maybe I'll give it a 5 out of 10. But yeah, overall, I'm just giving it a 3. It's such a disappointment. It sucks. I'm sorry. It's not that great. But now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of the episode today. If you made it this far, congratulations. This was a really, really long one, so pat yourself on the back if you made it this far. If you like this video, please let me know, and if there's anything I can do to make it better, let me know as well. I am going to be trying to put these out as more of the episodes come out, and if you see anything cool, if you have any suggestions, let me know, and I will fish out some of the cool ones and maybe even some of the bad ones and try and make something cool out of it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching to the end, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Psych! Oh, and subscribe if you're new. Please, I need that. Apart from that, just let other people know that this channel is a thing, and that is going to help me a lot. So if you can do that as well, apart from the other things, I would appreciate that a lot. See you next time.